Elena, a single mother, late 20s, eyes tired, soul heavy, yet full of quiet determination. Her apartment smelled of stale coffee and old paint. Bills lay scattered like silent threats. Each crumpled envelope whispered the same word: failure. She worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3, nights at the diner, mornings at the laundromat. Her hands were rough, her voice was hoarse, and yet she smiled at her son Jacob as if nothing had ever gone wrong. That night, after a 12-hour shift, Elena slumped onto the bed. Her phone buzzed, a text from the landlord: "Pay by tomorrow, or leave." Panic clawed at her chest. Her son was asleep, oblivious to the storm brewing outside their small apartment. Elena stared at the phone, desperate. Desperation makes people take risks they wouldn't dream of in daylight. And tonight, she had no choice. Elena typed a message meant for someone she trusted, an old acquaintance who had once promised to help in times of need. Her fingers trembled. Her thumb hovered over send for what felt like an eternity. "Please, I don't know who else to ask. I'll do anything. I just need help." And then she pressed send. That was her mistake. The number she had dialed wasn't an old friend. It belonged to Victor Kane. Victor Kane, the man who owned half the city's secrets and controlled the other half. The man people whispered about in fearful tones, but never faced. The man who made decisions that could ruin or save lives with just a phone call. Victor Kane was elegant, calculating, and dangerous. On paper, he was a wealthy entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a man who attended charity galas and smiled for the cameras. But behind the closed doors of his penthouse and office, he was a different kind of predator. He ran illegal gambling rings, manipulated politicians, and held evidence of countless crimes, some violent, some financial, over people who dared cross him. Victor read Elena's message once, twice. Then he smiled. Not the polite smile of a businessman, the cold, knowing smile of a man who saw an opportunity. 3 words later: "Come see me." That was all. No explanation, no warning. Just a summons. Elena entered his office. The room was silent, save for the faint hum of the city outside. Victor sat in a massive leather chair. Floor-to-ceiling windows showed the city skyline, glittering like a playground he owned. He gestured to a chair. "You need help," he said softly. "I can give it to you. Money, protection, a life without worry. All I ask," he added, "is your trust." She wanted to run. Her instincts screamed danger. But desperation drowned out fear. Victor Kane's eyes were sharp, almost piercing. There was a weight in the room, an unspoken question. Who controls whom? For a moment, Elena felt trapped and curious. Slowly, she nodded. Life improved immediately. Bills disappeared. Food appeared in the fridge. Jacob smiled again. But the air felt heavy. Something was off. Elena began noticing the little things: the whispered phone calls Victor took late at night, the envelopes he slid under the door filled with papers that smelled of ink and danger, and the men who followed him. Not bodyguards, agents of fear. One night, curiosity got the better of her. She hid behind a door and listened. Victor was giving orders, plans for illegal trades, bribery, even violence. People were being hurt, promises broken, money laundered. The truth hit her like ice water. She wasn't rescued. She was bait, a pawn in Victor Kane's empire. And the deeper she listened, the darker the secrets she discovered. Fear transformed into resolve. Elena recorded every conversation, every meeting, every detail of Victor's empire. Every secret became ammunition. Days later, she confronted a choice: leave quietly or expose him. She chose exposure. Victor realized too late. Police sirens screamed through the city streets. His empire crumbled before his eyes. Victor Kane, the man who controlled half the city, was powerless now. Fear replaced confidence. Panic replaced control. Elena walked out of the shadows with Jacob by her side. The night was calm. Victor Kane faced justice. And all it took was one desperate message. Remember, the darkest twists often begin with desperation, and one small act can change everything.